Hey guys, Kev here, and I'm going to do a quick first impressions on the Artisan Cutlery Arion. This is a Cerberus knives design. Chris behind Cerberus is the same guy behind the scales and stuff like that he makes for knives. He does modding. This is an interesting knife, and the reason I say it's going to be quick is because I basically can't use this knife very much. I literally cannot flick it out without it being, awkward or something like that. The thumb flick, I mean, look at the hole for deployment. This thing is made to be middle finger flicked, and if I can't enjoy that, I can't really enjoy the knife. But with that said, for all my righties out there, I wanted to take a look at this real quick and give you, a good look at it. And you'll get my lefty perspective for sure. But I also want to, show the knife and review the knife as is, which is a very, very cool design, a cool knife. And I'm not faulting it for not being able to open it. I very much love my Liang Ma Field Duty EDC and my Liang Ma KUF V3. These both are left-handed knives, frame locks, that have the same issue. If you tried to use this right-handed, would not work. And I love those knives, so there's no way I'm going to hold that against this knife. And that's why I wanted to get one in to review, because I was pretty sure it was going to be an issue, but I wanted to be sure because I love this design, and if it wasn't an issue, I would have been all over one. So what I'm hoping is that Artisan comes out with a lefty version of this, because that would be fantastic. I mean, the size of this knife is really good. Here's a bug out. So, it's a bit bigger than a bug out, obviously. You have, well, I can open it for you too there. So, pivot to pivot. It's a pretty big knife, guys. You're talking about a 3.8-inch blade, something like that. Gotta be, right? If I put the blade, yeah, something like that. It's a big old boy. That's a bug out. Spyderco Paramilitary 3. I don't have a pair 2, guys. So it's much bigger than that. I almost said Benchmade, man. Freaking ProTech Malibu and ProTech Mordax. These should become freaking size comparison knives. They're so good and everybody loves them, right? You'll see there, it's even bigger than a Mordax. I mean, it's close. It's about the same size as a Mordax, it looks like. Let's check them out close. Put away the Malibu. God, that thing's sexy. And I'm loving the Mordax, too. So, here's closed. Yeah, I mean, they're very, very similar. Almost looks a hair bigger. Obviously, it's a lot thinner, though. So, that's the Mordax. I think that's pretty good, right, guys? I don't know if I have anything. 80-20, just to show it off. It's smaller than an 80-20 in terms of open or closed. If you look at it open blade length, it's probably going to be bigger than it. No, look at that. So blade length is a little longer on the 80-20. I love this thing. Love it. All right, I'm going to stop talking about sizes now, okay? So yeah, it has this Merlot, wine Merlot, micarta on it, and then titanium backspacer, titanium 3D mill clip, which, guys, this is one of my favorite clips that I've seen in a long time. And functionally, it's pretty good as well. It's a little kind of, doesn't have a lot of spring to it, but look at it. The design of it, like, it's just fabulous. It's a gorgeous clip. I'd love to see that on more knives. You'll see there, it says Artisan Cutlery on the side. I love how companies are starting to do that instead of, smacking that on it. They didn't need that because they had this, right? Like, it's overkill that they did that. There's your Cerberus Designs logo. Little pit bowl and a triangle. This is S35BN, and here's your serial number. This is on loan from Mild Mannered EDC. Shout out to Brad. Thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, just very cool looking knife, kind of rounded in the handle. And then you have this blade here that has that very, very unique opening hole. Look at that. It's just a very elongated pill shape. It's kind of like the F5.5, but just like stretch that sucker out, right? And that's basically what you would get. Comparing it to this Field Duty, because these do remind me of each other. I keep bringing that up. But it's because they remind me of each other a little bit. But you can tell that opening hole is completely different. I will say I prefer this because I have more room to get in there and flick it out. Even though this really long kind of hole works, and it does work really well. It kind of just takes your fingertip and, you know, you're good to go. And on the thumb deployment, it's actually really easy. And this, on thumb deployment, sometimes can be a little hard because maybe, I don't know, I think the gap from the scale here to the to where you're putting your finger is like not enough or something. I always slip out of there. But on this one, it kind of just bites. I don't know if it's chamfering or what. But really nice. The action on this thing is very good. It's not like drop shut or anything. But a couple of smooth shakes and she's home. Some skiffs or something in here would probably do wonders too. It is on ball bearings, I would have to assume. Again, this is super thin, guys. Like, here's the bug out. And I mean, compared to a bug out, it is as thin as a bug out. Like, it's super thin, guys. Very, very cool. And then when you open it, you get into this really interesting blade shape. Just this long spear point, I guess, maybe a drop point. And that basically, you know, the overall kind of closed look is kind of where these knives end in terms of like similarities. Obviously, they're both pointy and rounded handles, but like nothing else. Like, the blade shape's completely different. The size is completely different. The holes are completely different. There's a choil, no choil. Like, so, because I think I heard somewhere that people were trying to say he was ripping off Liang Ma or something. I don't know if Liang has another design that's even more similar to this, but if they're talking about the Field Duty, it's not even close. Like, I don't think it's completely different. Anyway, very cool blade. You have this decent blade stock, but still pretty thin. And then it comes out of a very thin edge. This thing is a slicing machine. I mean, look at this edge, guys. It's so thin behind the edge. It's this awesome flat grind. Just a really, really cool, like, everyday type carry knife. Ergonomically, let me zoom out. Ergonomically, I just get a very good grip. It's very neutral. I can fit all 4 fingers on comfortably and spread out. I have this jimping, which is very well done. It bites in a good amount, but not too much. And you have a lot of control like this. Now, you have this huge blade to contend with and maneuver, but that's fine. A finger choil, I think this knife would be nearly perfect, again, for a right-handed person if it had a choil right here. Oh my God, if you could do this, oh, dude, it would be so cool. That would be awesome if they added a choil on like another version or something. I put my finger on the lock bar and you just can't, so I have to kind of go back here, and I can do it, guys, but like, I'm not going to carry a knife that I have to work for. Like, I want to be able to pull it out of my pocket and go like this, and I can't, because then when I pull it out, this is how I land on the knife, you know? Not like this. So it's just awkward, and then it becomes a drop risk. Well, guys, I already drop shit all the time. Like, I don't need another reason to drop things. So But when it does flick out, then my hand lands in a perfect kind of grip like this. And yeah, right-handed, this thing is so comfortable. That clip is non-existent. Like, you don't even feel the damn thing in your hand. They've done a great job with this clip, with the ergonomics, with the blade. Again, a finger twirl would be awesome. Yeah, and that I said closing action, really smooth, really good. Guys, I'm pretty blown away with Artisan. Let me check for play. No, maybe the slightest hint. I'm pretty blown away with Artisan. The Centauri that I got to check out was so well built. This is extremely well built. I mean, yeah, I would prefer to get M390 for my 270 bucks this is, but when it goes to retailers, it'll probably be 200, something like that. Still, would I prefer M390? Yes, but then you're probably going to pay 250, so it's kind of up to you. Well, it's not up to you. They didn't do it, so S35 is a good steal, guys, but yeah, 200 bucks for S35 VN is kind of rough. But I will say the prototypes of this were in AR RPM 9, which obviously I would assume S35 is better than that. So at least they upgraded it there. I wouldn't have wanted to pay 200 for that. But yeah, I'm kind of blown away with Artisan's fit and finish and overall quality. Like, it's really well done. And just talking to my buddy Kyle, DTOM Knives and Gear, he has the Great White, I think it's called, in for review right now, which is a Gavco design. And he was blown away by the quality on that one. And so I'd really like to try one of their more premium knives this year if I can. I just need to find one that works for a left-hander, you know. It'd be really cool if they made some lefties. You know, somebody needs to hit up Russell and ask him if he could put in the word and maybe get us some lefties of this model. This model in particular would sell like hotcakes in a lefty, I'm telling you. All day, every day, people would be loving this knife if it was a lefty. So that's just a quick overview on the Artisan Cutlery Arion. It's spelled A-R-I-O-N, but it's, I guess, pronounced Arion. That's how I hear everybody say it. I would think it would be like Orion, but I guess it's too close to Orion. I don't know. Anyway, this has been the Artisan Arion, guys. I really appreciate you listening to me rant and rave as usual. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.